Hi, beloved. I want you to watch this clip when Bobby Hemmett is talking about the feminine energies and how that matriarch culture was covered up. And when he's done, I'll come back after the clip and I'll talk a little bit more about it. But I want you to watch this clip.
Our world is built off of several other primal worlds that existed before creation. These worlds existed about the same amount of time that we have been in the creation world now. That's the Kabbalah talks about that. The primal worlds. Ein Sarda Uda, Ein Sarda, which means chaos. In the beginning there was chaos. In the beginning there was death. And in the beginning there was love. And that's what love, when you fall in love, it's a combination of the goddamn three. Love, chaos, because you be like a dizzy horse, you don't know where the fuck you are. You be really fucked up, and you say, I can't live without you. That's the death part coming up in that bitch. So in the beginning there was chaos in one mythology, in the beginning there was love in one mythology, and in the beginning there was death in one mythology, depends on where you are. All that's the great mother, the primal worlds. So the dynastic part comes in. They overthrow the pre-dynastic cult of the feminine, of the great mother. And they wipe most of this from the monuments, and they went down into Nubia. Now the white boy in Nubia went down to Nubia. He covered over 200 temples under the Aswan Dam. Because number one, some of the shit had original Hebrew script up in there, and the Jews, if they would have, because see, this was coming from Ethiopia. So some of this had some original Hebrew scripts up in there on the temple walls, and they had to cover it over because the Jews wouldn't have been able to front this shit that they are the is-it-reallys anymore. You see. So they had to cover it over, but it also had but it was complete Typhonian temples, and they had to cover those things over up under the Aswan Dam. You know the white man don't cover up no damn archaeology. He's trying to damn dig up the Library of Alexandria, but he covered over 200 temples in the 1950s. Under the damn Aswan Dam, in the Aswan River, 200 fucking temples. Dr. Ben talks about that. You know, because it was the Typhonian shit of the cult of the mother. And they couldn't front that whole masculine shit. That's against Christianity. The male God is your fucking enemy. The male God is your fucking enemy.
And notice in that video, he talked about how the masculine energy was not good to be around. And I made a video on that too. In order to bring that patriarch energy in here like that, that shift, that was a whole total global shift. From peace and light and love to an authoritative figure, disciplinary figure, war-mongering figure. Because you have this God coming in here just killing people. I mean, just killing people. I mean, God is really slaying people. Go back and read your Bible to bring that in. And I talked about that. And if you look at the actions of this God, you will see the dark psychology, the narcissistic, parasitic psychology at play right there. That's what you're seeing here. And you can see it play out here on this planet. It's really playing out. A lot of this psychological stuff is playing out here on this planet. So it's very interesting that he said what he said at the end. Black woman about primal energy at the beginning of that. And that's so important because that identifies women of color, our mitochondrial DNA. We're connected with primordial energy. I talked about that in one of my videos when I did a book review on the Sibyls. But we're connected with that primordial energy. We have a cosmogenetic link to this planet. It's a cosmic link. This special relationship that we have with this planet, with the animals here, with nature itself. Like I say, it's a divine link that we have here on this planet. And then we have this special link, this special DNA that makes us different from anyone else. We have that mitochondrial DNA, which is connected to the first mother, the primordial mother. It's interesting to see that, he didn't talk about the civil dispute that happened within that culture. Because, again, they had to overthrow it. He talks about them overthrowing it. But, again, I'm going to emphasize this, to overthrow that culture. Because they got you thinking that they kill a lot of Christians and all that stuff. And they didn't kill not one Christian. I'm going to tell you that now. What they killed was a whole bunch of matriarchs. Not one Christian died. It don't even make sense. That story don't even make sense. Why you gonna kill Christians to establish Christianity? That story, they try to make that a story like a whole bunch of Christians got killed. That was a lie. You got these crusaders coming through, killing all the real saints. The real saints. These was the real saints. You have them coming in, killing the real saints and some of the symbols that have been connected to the temples for millennia. You got the Vatican coming in, setting up, building their temples on top of the symbols temples. I'm telling, not one Christian died. If you go to those catacombs, that they have these dead bones there. Most of those people are from the matriarch culture. That's how many people. And then they went on this witch hunt to further, what you think that story about Medusa was about? What do you think that was about? What do you think those stories about? What do you think that witch hunt was about? All of these stories are linked to stamp out that matriarch culture. All that was linked to stamp out the matriarch culture. Like I said, know your story, beloved. This is your story. You have a right to tell your story. I wish Bobby Hemming would have went into more detail about it, but it was a gruesome. What your ancient mothers went through, it was gruesome. And their story deserved to be told, and you deserve to hear the real story, the whole story, because it all starts and ends with you while these men keep tiptoeing around this. You are the most important part in this story. Everything he's talking about was stolen from you. All this occult knowledge, all this knowledge was stolen from you. And you have access, you have the power to access it through that mitochondrial DNA that's in us. And that's the truth. Remember who you are, beloved. Remember.